Oh, what's good, everybody? Welcome into Prime Time Early Edge, and we've got a sweat of all sweats going on right now. You know what we're doing tonight, counting down to Sunday Night Football, the Bears and the Chargers. But as we speak, the Cardinals just missed a field goal to cut it to 7. However, there was a false start penalty, and they're going to kick it again from 47 yards. You can't make this up as we get set. And I'll just sit here and call it with you in real time, and he maced that one. So if you had the Ravens 8.5, what an absolutely brutal bad beat that was. Now, some headlines today before I bring in the stars of the show. The Vikings win, but they lose Kirk Cousins. Torn Achilles, they're suspecting out for the year. Brutal. Titans, Will Levis, new rookie quarterback out of Kentucky, looked great today. 4 touchdown passes. They win. DeAndre Hopkins scores 3 of those. Dolphins score 30 again. They win by 14. Jets win their 4th game of the year. And the Cowboys, no quarterback issues there. Dak, 300 yards, 4 touchdowns. They score 43 in the win. So with all that being said, let's bring in the stars of the show. Because on a Sunday night, I bring in my absolute very best. And we go 6 wide. And, gentlemen, I am gutted right now. He missed the field goal, and they get another shot after getting the onside kick. Everything had to go right. And the Ravens are not going to cover 31-24 unless, of course, they get this onside kick and just make it. So, Counselor is here. Maestro is here. AB is here. Proppy is here. And Coach Phil is here. Real quick.
Coach, real quick. Like I was going to say, how are they going to have a false start penalty on the kicking team and then allow them to re-kick? Like, I get the rule.
That's just a bad rule, but that's the rule.
Start.
Yeah, it's the rule, but, like, that stinks. Yeah.
And now they just onside kick, and, of course, it comes right to the Ravens player on the second onside kick.
Just grabs it.
This is NFL. Anytime you want to write something in the chat and blame one of us or blame the universe, just watch the end of this game. And this is how unpredictable the NFL truly is. By the way, the Chiefs, first time not scoring a touchdown, boys, since 2021 today. The whole team played like they had the flu. It was awful. Now, let's go around real quick, just one sentence, because so much happened today. What was the biggest surprise for you? Counselor, go.
Well, I don't know that I even want to lead with the biggest surprise. I mean, a winning day was contingent upon the Ravens recovering an onside kick, and they didn't, so my 9.5 doesn't cover. Listen, that's the NFL. We live for another day, but that is pretty upsetting because, again, we go from 3-2 to 2-3 in a flash.
Yeah. Maestro, what about you?
Well, coming in, everyone thought the Chiefs and the Bills might be the 2 best teams in the AFC, but right now the Ravens and the Jaguars look very formidable and have their eyes on the top seed.
See, I didn't even throw out my showdown win today. That's how gutted I am over see it. Why did you have to bring that up, Maestro? Why did you have to bring up the fact that come on. AB, I'm just playing. AB, what about you?
Yeah, I mean, look, Kenny Pickett is getting ready to just hurl interceptions, and the guy gets hurt. It goes out of the game. This man will avoid throwing picks at all costs. It's driving me crazy. Also, yeah, Will Levis look good, but those Oilers unis look real good with the oil derricks. Yeah, they look sharp.
By the way, Pickett had one directly to a defender in the first half. I mean, literally, like he was the receiver, and the guy just dropped. I mean, we should have had that in the first quarter. Yeah. Proppy, what about you?
4-0 on the Friday prop show, Coach. Looking for the clean sweep. We'll learn tomorrow night if I'm able to pull it off. But I got to look at my Philadelphia Eagles. Came out slow start. Props to the Commanders. They were playing well, but the Eagles took care of business in the second half.
But they didn't cover. This is a betting show. That's another bad beat. Up 14, under 2 to play, and you just say, hey, please, stroll right in for a touchdown. How about doing that? Coach Phil, what about you?
I was excited to see the Cincinnati Bengals get back on track. Joe Burrow looked healthy to me for the first time. This league is better when Joe Burrow's playing quarterback at the level he's playing quarterback at. Lou Anarumo was turning over Kyle Shanahan. It was a real big chess match in that second half. I just thought it was a fantastic football game, and we got a 4-3 Bengals who look very, very live right now.
They do. Mixon looked fast today. Jamar Chase was an absolute beast. And now the 49ers. Don't look now. They've lost 3 in a row. Uh-oh. Trouble out on the West Coast. So let's switch gears now and talk about Sunday night football. Let's jump right in because tonight, well, we're going to see a quarterback with an opportunity, ladies and gentlemen, to be only the second quarterback since 1950 to start 2-0 as a rookie and be undrafted. That's how rare this is. Let's start with Coach Phil's keys to the game on the Bears side. Phil, start us off.
Sure. So we got to talk about Badgett. We don't need no stinking Badgett. Tyson Badgett is the first undrafted quarterback rookie to keep this dream alive going, trying to get his third win. So he needs to rely on the 5th-ranked run game that they have with the Bears. The issue is Justin Fields and Khalil Herbert has accounted for a lot of that, so they're going to rely heavily on Deontay Foreman tonight. There's been multiple O-line injuries, so they're going to have a new reconfiguration of the starting 5 line, so that's not going to favor the young quarterback with that continuity with the O-line and the O-line calls that are subsequent. They're going to happen tonight. And expect a lot of quarterback movement passes. He is good on the run, naked boots, and even some sprint outs. The second thing is they must contain an injured Justin Herbert. All right, Chicago's defense is really good against the run. They're averaging 3.4 yards a carry, which is excellent, and they're 5th overall in total rushing. And that could offset Eckler and force Herbert to beat them with his arm. The Bears are at the 29th in the league against the pass, so it's been a little bit of an issue. They're allowing 257 yards a game, and they have the lowest sack rate in the NFL. So if they want to take a win off the Chargers on the road, they're going to have to do a great job of containing Herbert tonight.
Yeah, Herbert, last 3 games, 4 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, and he's completing under 60%. For an NFL quarterback, that is terrible. Under 60% in 3 straight games. That is awful. So let's start on the Bears side of things. And when you talk about this Division II guy that's taken the league by storm, they scored 30 last week. See ya. And tonight, some of his numbers are very, very low. Which one do you like?
Yeah, I like his completions. I'm going to take Tyson Bagent over completions, 18.5 at -119, -120. Listen, last week he hit this. He had 20. He was 21 of 29, and that was in a very positive game script. If you recall, they won by about 20 points last week against the Vegas Raiders. Now, flip it, they're probably going to be in a negative game script. I'd say there's about an 80% chance of that at some point during the game, maybe a majority of the game. And the really cool thing about what's going on with Tyson Bagent, listen, this is a Division II guy. It's not like you're going to let this kid air it out in his first game or his second. What did they do in his first game? Short area throws. Let your receivers do the work. DJ Moore, Darnell Mooney, Cole Kmet, whoever it may be. He really, from an air yard standpoint, he was not throwing the ball downfield. Like you really didn't see any passes beyond 15, 20 yards last week. That's what we're going to see this week. So he was really efficient with that type of game plan. And good news, he gets another bad defense. Raiders the first time, Chargers the second time. So I don't think he's super intimidated by this. I think he's going to get a pretty decent pass rush from the Chargers. But again, short area throws, he'll get the ball out quick. That will be the game plan. And again, in a negative game script, I see him hitting this over 18.5 completions.
I absolutely love this play. This is just an average per quarter of just 4 completions. Basically 4 completions a quarter. He should be able to do that. Probably let me come to you because the way the Chargers have been playing and the way the Bears play leads to a pick on the total, but then also a very little known player. Please explain to me, because I guarantee a lot of people in the chat do not know a running back with the last name of Johnson.
Yeah, Coach, we're going to fade Roschon Johnson, a rookie running back out of University of Texas. Fan of the player, but yeah, I just think this is a tough spot for him. This Chargers defense actually has played pretty well over the last 3 weeks, specifically their run defense. They've shut down Isaiah Pacheco. They've shut down Josh Jacobs. They shut down Tony Pollard. Roschon Johnson is exited the concussion protocol. He's back in the lineup for Chicago, but Coach Phil mentioned it's going to be the D'Onta Foreman show. So I think we're going to primarily see D'Onta Foreman working on early downs. Roschon could potentially spell him on third down, get some of that passing game work, but they also have another running back, Drayton Evans, as well. So I don't know how many touches we're going to see Roschon Johnson back in this game with. So I think he's a solid fade under 30.5 yards. I'm also on the under in this game, under 46.5. I believe it's down to 46 at the moment, but I just think this is going to be a low scoring game. We have Chicago. Sia mentioned they're hyper conservative with Badgett under center. They are just not moving the ball downfield, relying heavily on the ground game. And when we look at this Chargers team, they've really cratered without Mike Williams. Ever since he's went down, we also have an injury to Justin Herbert there. So I think both offenses are going to be fairly conservative. I also think both defenses have really started to play well over the last few weeks. That's why I think the under is a very good look tonight.
The last 3 games for the Chargers, they've averaged 19 points a game. That's it. Brutal. Real quick, would we play this down to 29.5? Several books are at 29.5 on Johnson right now. I just looked.
Yes, I would.
What would you play it down to?
Oh, I play it down to probably 28.5.
Okay, Very good. Proppy, thank you very much for those 2 plays. Now, Coach Phil has come right back to you because the Chargers, they've had issues. But the fact that the Chiefs lose their second game today, they can win tonight and really get headed back in the right direction. What do they need to do?
Yeah, the first thing to do, this Chargers pass defense has become a liability. Probably just mentioned they've been on the top 10 in a lot of the run statistics that you have on defense, but the pass, it's been abysmal. And the reality is they're last in the NFL having 310 yards a game. And I throw a lot of statistics, a lot of numbers out there, but contextually, the 31st team has 37 yards less per game than them. So they are significantly last. Another couple things that are concerning is a quarterback rating is 105.6, and then they're averaging 8.8 yards per attempt, which is crazy high. That's last in the NFL as well. Last week they had 1 sack and 45 attempts with Patrick Mahomes. So that was just, not good enough. You got to get home more than that. And with Chicago's offensive line, Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa should have an impact on the game more than they did against Patrick. The second thing is Justin Herbert, in my opinion, he's struggling. Coach, you just mentioned it, and I'm going to tell you some more statistics that'll support what you just said. But in my opinion, he's hurt. He's got a broken bone in his non-throwing hand. They put an orthoplast cast on it. They put some glove. They put some tape. He's trying to get comfortable with it as it heals, and he's tough. He's going to try to continue to play. He's at a sub-90 QBR in 3 straight games, and last week against the Chiefs, he had a 70 QBR and 2 picks. I mean, just not playing great football. The Bears, though, they have the lowest sack rating in the NFL, and they've been struggling to get off the field on third down. So if Herbert can adjust, heal, and overcome what's going on as we watch Joe Burrow get over that calf injury, eventually Justin Herbert is going to be healthy, and you'll see the old Justin come back.
But is that going to be tonight? Because you mentioned he's hurt. And we saw him overthrow Keenan Allen not once, but several times in their last game. So, Maestro, I'm coming to you, big boy, because when we look at picks from each one of you, obviously we know which side you're on. But you like a side, and you also like a stud coming out of the backfield. Talk to me.
Yeah, the Chargers don't beat anyone by margin, but I think tonight they do get that margin and win by double digits because you cannot get a better matchup than this. Jaquan Brisker, a safety who started every game, he's out. Terrell Smith, a corner, is out. As Coach Phil just said, the Bears do not really pressure you a lot. And Tyson Bagent, I love this kid. He almost got drafted. Brock Purdy was the last overall pick in the entire draft. So this guy was not far off of Brock Purdy, got invited to the Senior Bowl, but this is his first start on the road. And he's not likely to face, such a comfortable game script all game long against the Raiders, who let you have everything short in front of you. The Chargers, they do have a good pass rush, talking about Mack and Bosa and Morgan Fox. So they're going to get after this kid. The center, Lucas Patrick, he's good to go, but he showed up as questionable today. He hurt his back today, but they say he's going to give it a go. That could be an issue. I just think this is a great spot for the Chargers offense. Don't even try to run the ball. The Bears are great against the run, as people have said. They're terrible against the pass. That fits with Justin Herbert, and it also fits with Austin Eckler. Didn't do anything out of the backfield last week against the Chiefs, but his 2 previous games, he averaged 41 receiving yards. The Bears gave up the second most receiving yards to opposing running backs. That is Eckler's specialty. I got him over 31.5.
Now, obviously, this 8.5, we do the mega preview on Tuesday. It's now at 9.5. Would you still play it there, Maestro?
Yeah, I would. Given all the late game shenanigans that we just saw with the Cardinals and the Ravens and teams going for 2, it's not like 8 or 9 is a dead number anymore the way it used to be. But yeah, less than 10, I still like the Chargers.
Okay, very, very good. One quick question before I come to AB and Phil for their portion of the program. Maestro, you and I have been together for a long time, correct?
3 years.
Yes, 3 years.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
How long has it been since you and I went toe to toe?
Oh, it's been a while.
It's been a while. I think we should remedy that. So I've got only one question. I'll give you that 8.5 number. I'm cool with that. Are you in or are you out?
Hit the music.
Let's go!
Gonna be a showdown.
You're looking at a man who was a small college All-American. When I think of a Division II quarterback stepping up to the big time, I feel that. I feel that right here. So Tyson Bagent, you got the coach behind you. Let's get it done. Oh, it feels so good.
Coach, I just got one. You still have my Venmo from last time, right?
Ooh.
AB, 15-17. Put a pin in that part of the call right there. All right, AB, you've got plays, but also I'm anxious to see what you have from such a young quarterback in the no-fly zone. You're up.
Yes, sir. Kids, who's ready to have some fun? All right, let's bring this up. Let's start with Justin Herbert here. All right. Yeah. So let's take a look here at our man Herbert. If you are new to the no-fly zone, what you have on the left is the Bears secondary completion percentage rankings across the NFL. Bottom left, you have Justin Herbert, his interception splits. All right. And right above that, we have the SportsLine simulations of his percentage to throw an interception tonight. Got it at 83%. And the top right is Justin Herbert. All right. 97.1 pass rating this year, 67% completion percentage. Coach, you mentioned on it, it's been rough the last few weeks. 1,500 yards, 10 TDs, 4 interceptions. Now, you look on the left. All right. His interceptions have been second half, all of them. All right. 75% of them playing from behind. Standard fare for an NFL quarterback, to be completely honest with you. There's nothing really you're going to take away from that. All right. You're behind in the second half. You're throwing more. You're pressing. Yeah. Standard numbers there. Now, you look at the top right. There really aren't too many bad places for Herbert tonight. It's really going to be if he is flushed out of the pocket, if his hand is bothering him, and the Bears can get him to put one up. If the Bears could play with a lead, oh my goodness, it would help them tremendously in regards to that. But yeah, I mean, standard fare here, nothing really to talk about. Now, let's take a look at our man, Tyson Bagent. Now, understand, we had to take a look here on the top right. This is his previous game. This is all the data we have. So I didn't want to jump in and start throwing out a bunch of, thoughts, trends, whatever, because we just don't have the data. But you take a look, as Sia mentioned, all right, very short passes, safe passes. His one interception was thrown deep left. All right, interception simulation percentages, 99%. Sportsline absolutely believes our man is throwing at least one pick tonight. You look at the Chargers secondary and the top left of this graphic. Short left, they'll shut you down. Everywhere else, not really all that much, right? So I think that he is going to let the ball rip. Now, take a look at his chart splits in the bottom left. All right, from his own one to the 50-yard line, 82.6% completion percentage. They're letting him throw. They're not letting him throw far, but they're letting the kid throw. All right, 15 of 18 on first down. All right, again, they're letting him throw, and they're letting him throw early in the down sequence here. So I like the kid, man. Like, he's got guts. He's going to come out. He's not going to play where I don't throw the ball, I don't do this, I don't do that. I like the kid, but he's going to throw a pick tonight. It's going to be tough for him because it just usually doesn't last for rookies here. Now, let me bring all of us back here, and I'll hit my picks really quickly so that everyone can see. We got 3 of them. Chargers over 3.5 touchdowns tonight at plus 115. I think they've got an opportunity to really put some points up, and I like it at plus money. Bears, Chargers over 7.5 punts. Now, it's at minus 140. Your book might have it at 8.5 punts at minus 110. Treat it exactly the same. Take it. I like punts in this game a lot. And then Bears, Chargers over 2.5 turnovers at minus 105. That's going to count both teams, all quarterbacks, all players, fumbles, picks, you name it. Those 3, there we go.
Boom. Phil, coming right over to you. A lot to break down tonight. Give it to me quickly.
Yeah, so starting with Justin Herbert, I mean, we're talking about being behind, having to force throws into tight windows. We understand all those things. But for me, with the graphic, talking about the injury is the most important thing. Is he able to grip the football the correct way? Is he able to climb in the pocket? We know he's going to be out of the gun predominantly throwing the football. So with me, and also the Bears, they're playing confident football in the secondary. They had a pick 6. They watched what Kirk Cousins just did to the 49ers. So they have a little bit of a swagger coming in here that they can take the ball away from this guy. So it could happen, but if it's a positive game script, I mean, and he's healthy, he could have one of those days that's going to be, career setting if they don't get home. Going over to Bagent, all right, this is where I could see a negative game script. Like, it wasn't that way with Minnesota. He was playing, with the lead, and he was able to RPO and play pass and play within the offense, not just drop back. If they are down by 10 points or something of that nature and they have to throw, 2 or 3 times in a row, that's when that pass rush gets home. That's when he gets rattled. He's going to see those guys on the SoFi turf coming off the edges. It could be problematic if they do not keep this within a touchdown game.
All right. Well, right now the interception prop is minus 145, minus 150, kind of juicy for Badgett. But as Dominic says in the chat, if you're not rooting for the D2 quarterback, someone arm wrestle, you're not a real football fan. So raise your hand. Every box is against him tonight, except for me. Now, quick question. Eckler, do you like the combo line, Maestro? It's an 88.5 chat question.
I do not. I don't think he's going to be effective as a runner.
All right. See, let me come to you. Because if the Bears have any shot tonight, which I believe that they do, then one name has to have yet another big-time game. And I think you know who I'm talking about. DJ Moore. His numbers, 4.5, very juicy. 56.5, not as juicy. Longest reception, 21.5. Your thought on Moore?
Yeah, I don't. First of all, from the receiving standpoint, receptions, like I don't really want to pay that juice on the 4.5. If you can get an alternate line at 5.5, I might look at that because that's going to be a lot more palatable. I do lean to his over 58.5. It's a little high, but again, they're going to scheme for him in the short area. So they should be able to get him in space. Again, this is the Chargers defense after all. So yeah, I would lean to the overs there, particularly on the yards, 58.5.
And on the other side, there's one stud on the outside proppy, and his name is Keenan Allen. He probably would have hit all of his numbers if Herbert could just find him and stop overthrowing him. 7.5, 82.5, longest reception, 24.5 tonight.
7.5 is a big number, even for Keenan Allen. I do lean over on him, however. I think this matchup bodes well for Keenan Allen. I think it bodes well for the Chargers to move the ball efficiently down the field. We saw taking some shots, Justin Herbert taking some shots. It hasn't really worked out, sans Mike Williams. So I do think this is a good spot for them to pick up kind of chunk plays, 10 to 15-yard variety, and focus on Keenan Allen here. I could see him having a really big night.
All right, AB, come over to you. Tori says, Coach, opinions on Darnell Mooney. It's his birthday today. We know how we feel about birthday players. 2.5, 26.5. Nothing crazy for either one. Your thoughts?
Yeah. Look, I mean, we're all in on birthdays always, and Sia brought it up earlier. That's exactly how we get down. You said 2.5 and 26.5. Was that correct?
26.5. Yes.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't mind either. To be completely honest with you, I don't mind playing either. I don't know what the juice is on either of those, but if it's affordable, yeah, I don't mind.
140 on the catches, 116 on the yardage. So not crazy. Not crazy. All right, Maestro, go.
One thing that's interesting is that Bajan averaged 2.0 yards per attempt last week. That was the shortest in the entire NFL, but the Chargers give up the most deep balls of any team in the league. So are they going to try some deeper drops and try to attack the weakness of the Chargers, or are they too afraid of that pass rush and they're going to just keep it conservative with Foreman and Roshan Johnson?
Phil, what do you think?
If I were them, I'd come out with a conservative game plan, trying to run the ball, play pass, keep it safe, and then see if we can create a turnover, punt the ball, possess the ball. I would like to come out and give the kid confidence, quick game throws, get some first downs. Even if you're not scoring a touchdown, getting a field goal on the board, I want to just come out and try to drop back 7-step drops and let Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa ruin the game.
All right. Reese says Chargers might not cover, but you're really going to put your money on Badgett? Hey, AB, what do we always say about no pressure, big boy?
No pressure, no diamonds, son. That's how we get down. Let's go.
You're damn right. No pressure, no diamonds, courtesy my 5-tool player. Now, see, let me come back to you quickly because the chat's wondering maybe if the Chargers are playing back a little bit, the Badgett rushing line, which is only 11.5, might be something to look at. Your thoughts?
This was almost an official play for me. I just didn't have enough information. Like, here's the thing. First of all, one thing to consider, the Chargers play enough man for me to be excited about him getting his rushing yards. Of course, against man coverage, that's when the quarterback can really, split the pocket and get some rushing yards. But the reality is with that pass rush, he's going to get flushed out of the pocket quite a bit. So this over 11.5, and I know somebody in the chat, I guess you just referenced him, brought it up. I'm really big on that. I think that one's going to come in.
The chat is asking what the Buckets play of the game is. Oh, you agree? Great.
I do. Certainly.
Good. Do you agree on anything else?
Just like I can just see that young guy running around wild, with that pass rush, just trying for his life, get 11 yards easy.
He's just trying to survive. Yeah.
I've seen it before.
He hit it last week too. He hit it last week pretty easily, and he runs a 4.79 40. Yes, I looked that up. So for whatever that's worth, it's not super slow. It's certainly not fast, but he's a quarterback.
It's not like not like mud.
Let me come over to you, Proppy, because right now, and this is what's fascinating about games that people complain about, or they say, "Oh, this is just ugly." It really spurs on a lot of discussion because we have absolutely no idea what's going to happen, and depending on the book, there's not a ton of Chargers receiving props out there, but Herbert's numbers is 265.5, attempts 32.5, and completions at, I believe, 24.5. Can we go under the way he's played the last 3 games?
I don't think so, Coach. I think even a banged up Justin Herbert against this Bears pass defense is going to be fairly effective. It really just comes down to if the Bears are capable of pushing Justin Herbert and the Chargers. If they're able to hang with them in a competitive game environment and we see the Chargers aggressive, he will sail north of these numbers, at least the yards. That is a hefty total for completions. But I think a lot hinges on Josh Palmer, who is active tonight. I think a lot of the reason we didn't see a lot of prop lines out on the Chargers side was because he was a game time decision. He has really been the 1B to Keenan Allen's 1A, certainly developing a lot of chemistry with Justin Herbert coming off of a 5-reception, 133-yard game last week. So I look for Josh Palmer to continue to have really good results with Justin Herbert throwing him the football. It's not been the Quentin Johnson show, the first-round rookie. It's been all Josh Palmer. He's actually playing more snaps than even Keenan Allen. So he's a guy I like quite a bit tonight.
Now, Maestro, let me come over to you because there is a way that I found. I think it's a pretty good play. To be honest, I should have made it an official play. His longest reception prop is 33.5 for Badgett. What do you think of that at -115? Not bad. And if he's only going to throw it 10 yards or less, that might be a good play.
Yeah, I would lean under on that. Of course, DJ Moore is capable of taking, even a short pass that kind of a distance, but I would lean under just with what they showed last week, 2.0 yards per attempt. I don't think they're going to challenge deep too often.
All right, Cole Kmet, see it come over to you, 3.5, 28.5. Tight ends have really started to be used a lot by a lot of teams. Maybe that's the security blanket if DJ Moore doesn't get open.
Absolutely is. And honestly, with my completions prop, I expect most of the 18.5 that I'm looking for, the 19, to go to Cole Kmet and DJ Moore. Of course, Darnell Mooney is going to be involved, other, secondary third-tier receivers. But, yeah, I think Cole Kmet's in for a pretty nice, a lot of work. Let's put it that way.
I think you are right. At 28.5, God, that just feels like you want to take it. All right, boys. Yes, Prop, you go.
Do want to point out with Cole Kmet, Tyson Badgett, actually dating back to college, has not targeted tight ends whatsoever. We also saw Cole Kmet get off to a really good start to the season with Justin Fields. His production has plummeted with Bagent under center. So just something to be conscientious of. That's why his yards are so low. He has not targeted Cole Kmet or even tight ends whatsoever since taking over this offense, even dating back to when he was at college.
Whew, leave it to you. I was getting ready to play that. Leave it to you to ruin my flow for the right reasons. Thank you, Proppy. Do you have something, Maestro? Did I see your hand go up?
Yeah, I'm just impressed that Alex found the tape of Shepherd University games and went back and watched, where Tyson Bagent was targeting.
I know.
I love this stat, but I don't know if we can do apples to apples with Shepherd College. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Well, he went back to high school too. He went you got high school statistics as well.
Hey, I'll say this: he might have all his tight ends blocking tonight, right? Like you're going to see a lot of blocking and chipping. So yeah, pay attention to that one.
An awful lot.
Yep.
All right, boys. Now, normally this is the fun joke around part of the show, but alas, because of things that's happened in the last 5 days, it's become very, very serious. We've crossed the top of the hour. It is 8:01 in the East, 5:01 where I'm sitting in the West. As soon as I get done, I'm heading to a big-time event by World Series winning pitcher Brett Saberhagen. But right now, Lori in the chat says, wishing Phil admission to the club tonight. So here we go. If you are brand new to the Early Edge, first of all, welcome. We want everybody to tell all your friends. Now, if you want to play this little game with us, you got to pick a player. It's got to be plus 1,000 or higher to score the first touchdown of the game. If you join with us, then you get to get into the club. You get to hang out with all the stars of the show. Because everybody, well, I guess Maestro, are you into the club yet this year?
I am not.
But he hasn't had as many shows. Okay.
He's okay.
All right. He's all right. He's all right. So, AB, can you throw the screen up there, please? And as we know, the first person that got 3, count them 3, was our man, the counselor of Cash C and the Josh. So, see ya. You, as always, until somebody hits 4 before you get to go first. What do you like?
Well, I don't usually go this low in the odds. If you recall, everybody, the champ is here. In my last 3, plus 1,800, plus 1,900, plus 2,500. I'm not rushing to the chalk like most people. With that said, Quentin Johnston at plus 1,300. Listen, he's had a bad season. I get that. I think the charges went too high for him. I think the jury is kind of delivered the verdict on that one. But with all of that said, with Josh Palmer being at least a little bit injured during the week, I think Quentin Johnston probably got a few more snaps, maybe a little bit more confidence with Justin Herbert. So while I don't think he's going to get a lot of targets, I do think he's in line, especially with Gerald Everett out as well. I think he's in line for maybe a few more routes, a few more targets than people think. So plus 1,300 for the team that I think is going to score first makes sense to me.
All right. See you, Cassius. Tonight will be a 4th gem. Amazing the year my man C is having. All right. AB, you also have cashed 3 different times. What do you like tonight?
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what. First off, what I don't like is my spelling. Joshua Kelly, I apologize. I misspelled your last name, so that's not starting off very well at all. But what is starting off well is that our man, Joshua Kelly, is going to get work. And the way that he gets down, quite frankly, is in the middle of the field moving in, right? He's not necessarily your best weapon in the red zone, but he can bust them from 25 out, 30 out, 35 out. And quite frankly, I think he's got a great shot to do it tonight. So, Joshua, sir, while I misspelled your last name, I apologize for that. Pick me up, dog. Let's go. Let's get that first TD.
I'm sure if you buy a shot for Joshua Kelly in the club tonight, he's going to be fine with your misspelling. He'll be fine.
He doesn't drink.
Yeah.
He doesn't drink.
Well,
Nice
there
kid.
you go. I was going to say he could have my debit card, dude. Just take it. You're good.
Just go with the storyline.
Just run,
all right,
man.
Proppy.
Hey, it'll run through. You're good, man. Let's go.
Proppy,
go
you
with
cashed
nothing.
2 times. Everybody on the left side thinks the Chargers is a play tonight. Proppy, who do you like?
Yeah, from one Joshua to another Joshua. I'm going to go Joshua Palmer here. He's really been the biggest beneficiary since Mike Williams went down. He's been ultra productive. He's running around on nearly every single Justin Herbert drop back. Their relationship certainly looks to be blossoming, chemistry improving there. So give me Josh Palmer, who I also want to mention has been tackled inside the 5-yard line at least 3 or 4 times this season already.
Well, somebody in the chat, I believe, named Justin, said, how do you not go with DJ Moore? I agree. DJ Moore is my play plus 1,300. If it's going to be the Bears, there's a very, very good chance it's going to be DJ Moore. All right, Maestro, you're up next.
Guys, this is my favorite one of these that we're going to do all season. This guy is 6'8", Donald Parham, and he has 3 touchdowns this season. Gerald Everett has scored the last 2 weeks. He is inactive. So when you get down there towards the goal line, the first guy that comes into Justin Herbert's line of sight is Donald Parham, 6'8". This is plus 1,800 on MGM right now. So I just bet it myself. I think everybody should hop on.
Proppy, quickly.
I have a distinct recollection of Sia actually last year taking Donald Parham early in the season at over plus 3,000 odds. Just wanted to tip the cap to Sia.
And it hit. Thank you, Proppy. Appreciate that.
Very, very good. Now, Lori in the chat says, it's serious as you know what now, especially since EC found his way in. Let's go Phil straight to the club. But before we hear why Phil Kagan likes Dante Foreman, well, we've got a little message that was sent just a few moments ago. AB, if you don't mind, roll tape.
Hey, Coach Phil, it's your boy EC. Miss me on tonight's show? I didn't think so. But you know where I did miss you? In the club on Thursday night. Because I was there, C was there, Proppy was there, AB was there, Coach was there, but you weren't. I was buying shots for everybody, but not for you. Phil, 0 for 25, you're better than that. Do better. And I'm going to get in again tomorrow night and Thursday night. Just wait. I'm rooting for you, buddy. Good luck.
Oh.
He looked like Michael Rappaport from Higher Learning. He looked
He
nuts.
did. He did.
So, I mean, you know
I
what?
know.
It took him 45 takes for him to put together that many words that made sense, that were funny. Okay, so he did a good job. So, clip 46 in his iPhone or whatever, if he even has it. Thank God he took his AirPods off. I thought he was going to go on his date the other night with his AirPods in. And the coach, while you're laughing, look what my alumni group had just sent me. I just wanted to. What do you see this logo here? This is just for you. I just wanted to make sure that you saw that.
Wow.
It just wanted you to see this one more time. But sorry, I'm digressing from this back to EC.
Big time.
But Dominic, Broncos alumni, thanks for sending the shirts. Here's the thing. Dante Foreman, he's been counted out. He's been cut. He's been discarded, set aside. Very similar to me in this game. On the very, very bottom of all things that are statistically proven. I have to find a way to get in. I love the Parham play. You used to call him Chicken Parm, by the way, Maestro. Great play. That was where I wanted to go. But if not, we're going with Dante Foreman to get me in the club for the first time so I can have Michael Rappaport or whoever his name is send me those trashy videos like that again.
And by the way, the Chiefs still have a 3-game lead over the Broncos, so there's that. I had Phil, just for the record. I had no idea that was coming. I had no idea that was coming, so I apologize.
Neither did I. This was way in the back of the closet. I haven't taken it out all year, but I have taken out some other things too, just so you know what it is today, buddy. Just so you know what it is.
That doesn't affect me. The easy thing was way too good. You could try to deflect because
I'm awful.
One line, best bets, because we only have like 6 minutes. We got to get the hell out of here. See ya. Start with yours. What do you like?
My one line is for the chat. Chris Kish, he said a murder occurred here after the last few minutes, and then he called it a double homicide. This chat is the very best chat. Can't wait to do these primetime shows because you guys deliver every single time. Give me Tyson Bagent's over completions.
Maestro, go.
Not only is Jaquan Brisker the starting safety out for the Bears, but Eddie Jackson is coming back, but he has not played most of the last 5 games with a foot injury. So the defensive backfield for the Bears, I believe, is in trouble tonight.
All right, AB, talk to me. AB.
He fell asleep. Maestro put him to sleep. Maestro put him to sleep.
Chargers over 2.5 scores, over 7.5 punts and 2.5 turnovers. Proppy, get this back on the track quickly.
I'm trying my best. I'm going to go under 46.5 total points between these two teams. The Bears are hyper conservative. We've seen both defenses improve recently. Then I'm going to fade running back Rashawn Johnson under 30.5 rushing yards. This Chargers defense has really turned a corner, specifically stopping the run. Been very good the last 3 weeks. I think they do a good job limiting Chicago tonight.
We're back. We're awake. Look, I'm telling you, hey, sorry for IT. You're going to be getting a request for a new computer tonight. So, we're getting a little tired of that one. So, yeah, go ahead and get that credit card out, boys. Sorry about that one.
All right, well, I read your place for you, AB, so we're all good. And we're going to end it like this because I got to get out of here because I got a very important thing to go to, and I think we've done all the damage we can do. Wenzel said it best in the chat. He said, EC is a former kickball champion, coach. Phil is a former NFL coach. You got to get him into the club. We feel the same way. We're trying. He's trying. Hey, I don't like playing those videos. I'm just the messenger. So with all that being said, enjoy the game tonight. Don't be negative. It could be a really good game. I could win 2 showdowns and spend all the money in the silent auction tonight. In fact, that's what I think I'm going to do. So see ya, Maestro. I want to thank you on behalf of the charity for your contributions tonight. So with all that being said, there's only one thing left to do, and I believe you all know what that is. How much fun was tonight? Are you kidding me? You've got your marching orders. Let's take all of these Sunday night tickets straight to the pay window, except for the Chargers minus 8.5. For my entire crew, love them all. Counselor, Maestro, AB, Proppy, and of course, Coach Phil and EC from Parts. Right now, I don't know where he is. is. I am simply the coach trying to keep this train on said track. We're back tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Eastern time. Then, of course, tomorrow night, 7:30, counting down to the Raiders and the Lions on Monday Night Football. Pay it forward. Be kind to one another. And remember, in this business, you're allowed to have fun. We grind for you so we can win with you. It's truly what we're all about right here at the Early Edge. Good luck.